So, where am I going with all this? And just the link helps just for, I don't know, get the word out, I guess, to some level. So the 5D connects to the physical world, or the war planet. But the war planet energies, obviously, it's just like the inner war. Traumas from other lifetime, obviously, other lifetimes, other universes. It's like that's why it's like you come here to face all of it. You gotta go somewhere, right? For whatever is obviously past life traumas, and of course it can be this life trauma too, but a lot of it's past life stuff. Just it goes on and on from other. Of course, it's not part of our human zeitgeist, on the surface stuff. It's not, they're not talking about this on the daily news. You can't find a self-help book on this stuff, sort of, I guess, right? But, because they don't talk about the non-physical realms of course, you do need the physical to sort out even the non-physical. The non-physical has all these issues. You see these, like, Marvel movies, they like have, like, a Thanos trying to blow everything up, and, space wars and all of that. It's like shit. Because you're non-physical, you can do practically anything, right? Depending on where you are, what reality, and that can get, you're still energy. It still hits you, and you can't always heal from it either. As some might feel, you can go in the astral and the non-physical and heal from everything. Not necessarily, because you're still an energy being, and so you come to the physical to kind of get it out of your system from whatever it is. You need both. Of course, this one's more intense, but this is more of the deep dive planets. The ugly is, well, you gotta. It's like, so obviously, you gotta look at its longevity too. Can you get through the muck to start seeing where this is all coming? Obviously, there's a lot more layers to this, but. No, war planets is more like the war within. Might not be. I mean, everybody has a version of that. But some have it where everybody feels it. Like Israel, just because they're in the news a lot, they feel like they're misunderstood. Well, not everybody, but there's a consciousness there that feels like it's misunderstood, and there is some Anunnaki there that is controlling. But it's like, can't everybody just do what I want? Something like that. I don't know. There's so many different ways of looking at everything. There's no one fits all. Yeah, I guess that's where it gets. That's why the news is like, you're getting their version of it. Or, of course, even alternative news is the same way. It's like, oh, we're the truth, yada, yada, yada. Well, that's what the other guys did, too. They're all kind of selling their own kind of BS. I'd say there isn't truth to it to some level, but either way. Obviously, what's our path here is like inner peace, world peace, internally. Can be done, not as easy as it sounds. But just finding your like your own life goal to just it's a war zone. But it is a war within for sure. But like I say, it goes from this universe, other universes, the creation of this universe. Like some feel like what Mother Earth's going through, they're kind of pissed off about that, so they fight humans, they hate humans. You can go on and on with that, or all this. It's like, welcome to Planet Chaos. Well, it's kind of like you have to find a place like this eventually. This is where all the crazy is, but it's in other dimensions too. It's more of it here. So it's kind of like a washing machine, you could say. It's constantly going though. Yeah. Let me it's just different. There's so many different ways of looking at it, though. So, but 5D basically is a little bit calmer than the fourth dimension. 5D always, I always pick up on 5D always, constantly. 60 is more calmer, of course, but sometimes 6D can become more disconnected. Depending on how you look at it, but they can become more like, well, you got 10 years of suffering, that's all, you'll be alright. I'm gonna be over here listening to some music. Yeah, F you. Welcome to the sixth dimension. It's kind of like that. No, I don't think all six dimensions like that, but they can get very, like, who cares? At least on a non-physical level. That's why you need the aliens, because they're close to us. The spirit realm is so checked. Obviously, the spirit realm can't understand, and part of them doesn't understand because they're so far apart from us. And so the aliens are kind of like that middle ground between us and spirit. And the aliens are like, come on, spirit realm, get your head out of your ass. Like, oh yeah, that's right, we forgot, we're in Paradise Island. Of course, they do have an overview of all of this too. It's just, the spirit has like weak spots. Like it sees the overall picture, but there's some areas where it needs clearing itself. Like dead spots, you can say. I don't know, that's kind of a weird. That's where it's, like an individual doesn't believe in itself. Think of it that way. But you're in spirit not believing in yourself. Because, you bring that here. So if you're in spirit not believing in yourself, it can affect others. Yeah, this is kind of like, this is up there. And that's why I kind of get frustrated with spirit, because there can't be one that can block others. Doesn't mean it's like block them completely, but it can affect, because it's energy. Energy can affect anybody, even in the higher dimensions. So, there's just there's many ways of looking at it. It's all energy in the higher realms, energy here too. We're just energy in a physical form. This is, and the war is to understand your intuition. You don't have to understand everything, because you're human. You can only understand so much. You can't only handle so much. And you're not here to save the world anyway. So what do you care? Just save your own reality. Yeah, because the world needs to do what it needs to do. So if it wants to blow itself up, whatever, it's got to do it. It's got to, it doesn't mean you have to be involved with it. They might try to pull you into their madness sometimes, or someone tries to push you into it. That's why the news is gross. But the news, like when, like, I'm not gonna go into details, but like a negative news event happens, and they're trying to trigger other people to copy it, which is messed up. But that's kind of like the reptilian way too. It's like, we know you guys are out there. It's messed up. It's kind of like, hey, sociopaths, you saw this one. Who else is out there that's crazy? It's messed up. When you look at it that way, it's messed up. Yeah, it's like there's those that are there to pull out that darkness, to trigger people to get crazy. How it's gonna get at you. So but then there's self-restraint not to do it. And jeez, it's messed up. That's all awareness is. Yeah, it can really tire you out, actually. I say we're not here to save the world. I'm not trying to go into many details there, but yeah, it's just YouTube and all that. I'm not exactly on the best of terms right now. Avatar.com, private sessions. Scheduler. I have a shop here. So, yeah, like the government, like CIA and stuff like that. It's like I don't know, low, like the lower level, kind of keeps an eye on this stuff. I don't know if they keep an eye on me. I don't think about it too much. Maybe here and there, but I think sometimes they're wondering what they're missing, like what they're not seeing. And of course they're looking for threats and all that here and there. But also the thing they're trying to understand it. Like some of these spiritual whack jobs are out there with the big channels and all that. Maybe even some of the religious. I think they are being monitored, maybe for psychological purposes or whatever it is. Like they're doing their own analyzing, depend if for whatever reason. Of course, they only have so many resources, but I feel like there's some spiritual side of it. Yeah, it's within these groups. I just kind of keep on. Obviously, more to it than that. Of course, fourth dimension gets all crazy with all that, but anyway. So anyway, so yeah, the war planet entered. So on a fifth dimensional level, how you heal a planet like this, obviously it's knowledge. Obviously people have to go through what they have to go through, but healing from the propaganda, of course, this conspiracy stuff has not to say there's not truth to it, but there's still a bit of a triggering energy. Of course, that's part of growth, right? Triggering any, they're going to come and get us, yada yada yada. Some people manifest that for themselves. It's just, you gotta do what you have to do, right? Someone to be proven right. This is so messed up. I work with somebody like this. Like, he wants to be proven right. It's like, why? Why are you trying to manifest this shit? Self-destruction? It's like, just to say that you're right, why would you want to do that? It's like, stop manifesting. It's like manifesting your own doom. It's almost like manifesting your own heart attack. It's just, not everybody's like that, but there's some out there like that. Jeez. It's like, don't want to see the truth there. Anyway. I'm going to go towards the peace on Earth energy. Like it's even well, you see versions of it. It is happening. I mean, it's chaos, obviously, in families, but it is possible. But to get to it, the truth has to come out. Not just the P. Diddy stuff and the Jay-Z, which is good. It's gross, but good. It's good it's coming out. Not good that it happened, but you know what they were doing and all that. But it's good it's coming to the surface, and with the ideas for things like that not to happen, where our abilities and strength, where everyone eventually gets their intuition a bit more stronger, where they can see through, these type of things, violence towards children, whoever, can't occur. And just, but, obviously family is not designed that way. It's basically just like with especially with kids, like shut up, basically, which, it's a hard life anyway. But it's not like they're learning spiritually how to learn about themselves. And even if they are, it's not easy with that either. So, but the idea is for intuition to get stronger here within everyone to some level, where you can see darkness before it occurs, see tricksters before they hit. You're going to see some version of it. I mean, you're going to get run into, but obviously even the aliens have still difficulties with that. Or like in the fourth dimension, like you can run into like a friend of yours, and it's not a friend of yours, it's a shapeshifter instead. And it's there to sabotage everything, So it gets a bit more sophisticated. It's kind of sophisticated here too, so anyway. It's So anyway, going to the Orion energies, feels like they need to be, because they're, Orion beings, like Martians, find some vulnerabilities here and just exploit them, open up the lower dimensions, open up hell, even if they get devoured into it themselves. Why? Because they can't also control the planet. The planet's chaotic. The controllers that know what they're doing, wizards and all that, can rule over it, obviously, right? Keep us destroying each other and they're just in the background, you know, what agenda there. Take energy, take powers from others, soul sucking, parasite, just devouring souls. Just, it's like a bully. There's probably more to it than that, but just, yeah, I mean, it's kind of messed up when you think about it. It's kind of like, yeah, taking the power from others and giving it to yourself. And just, and where does that go? Madness? Where do you get from that? You just become crazier. So, but they don't care. Yeah, become more of a psychotic. Because they can't, I don't know, there's probably more to it than that. But it's to take the energy of the innocence, like even those that have good intentions here, take their power, take their, to take that innocence and make them even more powerful and psychotic, so they can just devour the innocent beings that are here. But when the innocent person regains their abilities and fights back, like a kid gets attacked or whatever, and then grows up to go against their parents or somebody or whatever, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a big deal. It's like, yeah, you might have got me when I was vulnerable, but I'm here to kick your ass, kind of thing. Something to think about. So, it's like that. There's probably more to it than that, but think about, it's a lot of trickster frequencies here, that's for sure. Of course, religion and whatever. It's more spell work there, right? So, okay, all right. Going to Orion energies on neutral level. I'll just give some aspect there. So, greens me the Orions. On a neutral level, the idea is to get to one to give up. To lay it down, to be taken over. Yeah, it hits everybody, you can say. Yeah, it's what's here to truly, to embarrass people, whatever it might be. Maybe not on a global level, but embarrassment, like put yourself on TV and put you everywhere. I mean, the social media kind of does that. But the idea is just to, rise above the attacks and keep moving forward, which is not easy, especially when you feel like you've been, just embarrassed so much or whatever it might be. You feel like there's no, reason. The idea is to keep going, no matter what. And it's not easy, but the beings here, they show they play hard. And yes, it's like they'll take your everything, house, whatever. And not that they'll even do anything with it, it's just that they won and they don't care. So it just shows you that, yes, the nastiness of this universe. It's not just your planet, it's your universe that's opened up a lot of dark realms. It just it's a harder universe than other universes, yes. Where you see all the creatures, the mythical creatures, and all the dark wizards and all that. Obviously, there's a light to it. But the light gets tested greatly. It's like, because the darkness here became so powerful from other universes being defeated. So yeah, the creatures go from one universe to the other. And you can say they feel like this one, kind of like one universe rules them all. I know it sounds a little bit out there, sounds like cartoonish, but and it goes on. Yeah, it's hard for the human here to grasp everything. You don't have to. On a higher level, yes, you can see it, but at the human level, it's kind of like you're here for a certain task. Kind of like we just use like a pencil. A pencil is there to be a pencil. You can still draw, you can still erase, you can do things. But a pencil doesn't turn into a tank. It doesn't turn into a helicopter. It's a pencil. So the reason I was saying that is like you can create, you can uncreate, you can still do things. Yes, you can break, but it can also be put back together with some tape. You know, you might get snapped in half, but get put back together. Can't always do that with a pen, so I guess you could. Not the same. So just, and the pencil energy might seem like a primitive tool, but it's actually quite advanced because artists still use them to do their drawings, like to sketch out a drawing. A pencil is used normally because you can still erase and all that, and it's kind of like a symbolism of the soul. It's like this is your avatar is your tool here to do specific tasks, not everything. On a higher level, yes, you can be whatever you want, but it doesn't mean you can accomplish. You get more exhausted that way too. Of course, you get exhausted here to do this, but their task is not always clear. Well, you know, if you can already draw out what's, you know, instantly, because like you draw, you have to kind of start line by line. So in your incarnations, you're doing line by line also, timeline by timeline, until you get a full picture. You might not always know what you're creating at this time. So it's just give you something to look at. And there's beings, the creature beings that are soulless here on a astral level that just don't care. So this is like a game, you know, of the soul, of the wits. Yeah, there's a lot of, like I said, it's not just this planet. It's beyond that. And that's why you're all here. To survive it. And to win, but there's more to understand what's here. Yes, the creatures can appear as they are. Not just human form, but other galactic beings. So that's a big deal. If you can manifest an alien here, and it might not be the most friendly one, something out of a movie, but either way, the creatures cannot hide here anymore. It's like you unveiling the veil. It might not be human. It is monster-like for sure. But it doesn't mean you have to be afraid of it, which many of you are learning that. So it's like a movie. But yeah, yes, it's. I mean, obviously you have human beings that are pretty terrible, but also creature beings. And there's other creature beings that don't think much of your race. And you're here to kind of show them up, you could say. And you're still here. You have 8 billion of you here, or more than that. So, you know, you're surviving. There's more to all this, but blessings.